Hey, everybody. All right, so let's get started on our social studies lesson for today. So, if you will get your book and meet me on page 377, go ahead and pause me so that you can get your book and flip to that page. All right, so on page 377, today we're going to talk about, we're still in the West, and today we're going to talk specifically about its climate. Okay, so I want you to pause me right now and I want you to read page 377 to yourself, both climate and setting records. All right, so go ahead and pause me because I'm going to pick up where you have stopped reading. All right, so I think that you already know that us, the West, just having Alaska and Hawaii, obviously we're going to have the hottest and the coldest places to visit in the United States in the West. All right. So mountains also play a role in this. And we've got the Rocky Mountains and they're super high. So, and we've talked about this, the higher up the mountain you go, right? You should have already read this, right? So the higher up the mountain you go, the colder that it gets. We also talked about how it's harder to breathe too because that oxygen is so thin. And so while you can have super rainy and warm weather down at the base of the mountain, by the time you get up to the top, it could be cold and snowy. Something that I really want to touch on here is the timberline, which reading this doesn't really, until you see a picture, you don't really understand timberline. So I found some really good ones. So timberline is where the temperature starts to get so cold on a mountain that trees will no longer grow. Okay, it's too cold for your vegetation to grow. So if you look at these pictures, you can almost see right where that temperature starts to go up, okay, on the mountain so that it won't grow. So that's why I love these pictures because it's a true image of, oh my gosh, yes, like look how cold it's getting. And the plant life won't grow because it's too cold. So that's your timber line, all right? And so timber is tree, so it kind of makes sense like a tree line, right? Where it stops growing or where it can't continue, the trees cannot continue to live higher up the mountain. So then back on 377, we're going to talk about the lowest, driest, and hottest land again, which is Death Valley. Then we're going to talk about the coldest and the wettest. So I found another picture for Death Valley, and I like this because it was like, stop, if you keep walking, it's going to get really hot. I thought that was interesting. So we talked last week about Death Valley being the lowest land in the United States, but it's also the driest and the hottest. The hottest ever recorded temperature there was 134 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it's super dry that it only averages 2 inches of rainfall a year. 2 inches, guys, that's not very much at all. So it's pretty cool that that one place holds those three records. There is a link here that you can go and watch. It's not really about it being the driest and the hottest, but it's a pretty cool little program. It's a video about this little ranch. You can take a vacation, and a photographer will take you out, and you get pictures of Death Valley. And I really liked the images that were in that video. And then let's move on to Prospect Creek. So, Prospect Creek in Alaska holds the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in the United States. And I liked this that you could see exactly where on a map Prospect Creek was. So, almost right in the center of Alaska. And the coldest temperature there ever recorded was 80 degrees below zero. Okay. Obviously, you can look, there's water surrounding this. But this is an image from Prospect Creek, Alaska. So I think that's pretty cool. I do not have a video on this slide. Okay, there really wasn't anything out there. And then the wettest place in the United States is Mount Waialae. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's how I've always pronounced it, in Hawaii. And I want you to think about this. It rains for 335 days a year. That means for 30 days in one whole year, it's not raining. Now, of course, that is on average, right? I do have a link here. This is pretty cool because of all of the rain that it gets. It has all these waterfalls, and so this video takes you through. And I can't remember the name of what they call it, the weeping something. But I thought this would be a cool video for you guys to watch. So, just as a review, we've got the lowest, driest, and hottest land is Death Valley. We've got the coldest land is Prospect Creek in Alaska, where a record of 80 below zero was recorded. And then your wettest land in Hawaii, where it rains 335 days a year. And then don't forget about the highest land, too, that we talked about, Mount Denali or Mount McKinley in Alaska. All right. Alright, guys, have a good day. Don't forget to click on the links. All of the images have videos. Ooh, I forgot there is a video for Timberline as well. Ooh, this one's cool. The video for Timberline, there is a bike trail in some state, I didn't get that, sorry, where, you can it's called the Timberline Trail. You can ride a bike, so the video is them taking you through the trail, and at the end is where they have that awesome image of the Timberline. Alright, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.